Hey guys, this is Hakim. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be building this NFT collection app using React Native, so stay tuned. Okay guys, before I continue, let me walk you guys through the app. So the first screen we have is the onboarding screen, and over here we have the NFT image. Below it we have this test of collecting best NFT crypto art. Then below the text we have a button of start, and once I click on it, it's going to take us to the home screen. Then at the home screen over here we have the header, and right here we have the account balance in Ethereum, and we have the profile. Below the header we have this text of top NFTs, and also we have this card holding the NFTs, and I can swipe the card which has this carousel effect. Then below the card we have this text of trading collection, and also you can swipe this card. And once I click on this card of NFT, it's going to take us to the detail screen which shows the NFT, the creator image, the creator name, then this number of likes over here. Then right here we have this description text, and below it we have the details of the NFT. Then below it we have this price of the NFT in Ethereum, and also we have the button of buying now. And once I click on this back button, it's going to take us back to the home screen. So that will be the preview of the app. I'm making PDF available for you guys to download. I'll put in the link in the description down below. And also, if not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Turn on post notifications so that you get notified the next time I upload a new video. And that's what I do. Let's start coding. Okay guys, so I already created the project and also I've structured the project. So let me walk you guys through the project structure before we get started. So over here, I created a folder called SRC, which holds the source of the app. And inside the folder, I created a folder called asset. So this holds all the image for the app. So we have a collection folder which holds the NFT image. Then over here we have a creators folder which holds the creators image. Then right here I have a PNG which is just the Ethereum logo, and here we have the NFT for the onboarding screen, and over here we have the person image for the profile image. Then right here I created a folder called const. So inside the folder I created a file called collection. So this is just an array with multiple objects. Each object holds information for each NFT, such as the ID, the name, the image, the price, the creator, and the creator image. Then over here I created a file called colors. So this holds the colors of the app. Right here I created a folder called views, and inside the folder I created a folder called navigator. So this holds the bottom navigator. So make use of bottom navigator for the app. So you are making use of React navigation for navigation. Then inside the bottom navigator component, I brought in the create bottom tab navigator from React navigation, and over here I create an object for tab navigator, and here I just return the function for the component. Then over here I create a folder called screens. So this holds the screens of the app. So we have the home screen. So this for the home screen, I brought in the color and also the icon. We make use of vector icon for the icon, and also I just return the function with a safe area component. Then there's a detail screen. So detail screen also brought in the icons and the colors, and also I return the safe area view for the component. And over here for the onboarding screen, I did the same. So inside the app.js, I brought in the navigation container. So we are making use of React navigation like I said earlier. So over here we brought in the stack navigator. I brought in the screen option props, and also I added the props of header shown to false. So this is going to get rid of the header in the stack navigator. Then right here I brought in all the screens for the app, the onboarding screen, home screen, and the details screen. So that'll be all for the walkthrough of the project. So let's start coding the app. So we are going to get started with the onboarding screen. So this is the first screen we are going to be greeted with once we launch the app. Let me bring this image which we are going to make use for reference. So over here we have the onboarding screen. So as you can see, we have a black background with this image of the NFT, and also we have this text, and below it we have this start button. So to get started, I'm going to open the onboarding screen component. Inside the onboarding screen component, so for the safe area view component, you are going to add a background color of black. So we'll give it a style. We'll give it a background color. I'll say colors dot black. So we are getting the color from the color object. Then we are going to give it a flex of 1. So this is going to make it take the full width and the full height. So right now we have a safe area view with a background color of black. So now we are going to add the status bar component. So we want to modify the bar style item over here. So we want the item in the status bar to show up. To do that, to bring in the status bar, and over here we are going to modify the bar style and give it a light content. Hit save. So now we have the item showing up. The next step, we are going to add the NFT image. So as you can see over here, we have the image, and for this image we are going to add a background with this violet color, and also we are going to add this NFT image. To do that, to add a view component, so let's import the view, and for the view component you are going to give it a style of image background. So say style, I'll say style dot image pg. So now we are going to create the style sheet. So to do that, I'll say const, say style, and we import the style sheet. Then we'll say create, and let's make sure we import the style sheet. So I'm going to bring in the style sheet over here. For the image background, we'll give it a height of 320 pixels, a width of 220 pixels. Hit save, and now we are going to give it a background color. So say background color, I'll say colors, we'll give it a violet color. Hit save. So now we have the background. Now we are going to add some margin to it. We'll give it a margin top of 70 pixels. We'll give it a margin horizontal of 20 pixels. Now we are going to give it a border radius. So say border radius, we'll give 40 pixels, and we'll give it a padding horizontal of 20 pixels. Hit save. So now we have the background. Also we are going to give it overflow of hidden. Hit save. So now we are going to add the NFT image. Inside the view, you are going to bring in an image component. So say image, we'll give it a source, we'll say require. We're going to get it from the asset folder. Then we'll say nft.png. So right now we have the NFT image. So now we are going to style the image component. So say style, and for the image component, give it a height of 250 pixels, a width of 180 pixels. So now we are going to push the image to the bottom, and to do that we give it a margin top of 70 pixels. So right now we have the NFT image. So the next step, we're going to add this text over here. And to do that, below the image background, we are going to add a view. So this view is going to hold both the text and the button. So right here, for the view, we give it a style. We give it a padding horizontal of 20 pixels. We give it a margin top of 50 pixels, and a justified content or space between. So now we are going to add the individual text. So over here we are going to bring in a text component, and for the text component we are going to give it a style of title. So say style, and say dot title. But before we style it, we are going to bring in the text. For the first text, we say collecting best. I'll duplicate this for the second text. We are going to change this to NFT crypto art. NFT crypto art. And now we are going to style the title. So we are going to bring in the title, and for the title we'll give it a color of white. So say colors.white. So over here we have the text. We are going to give it a font size of 25 pixels. We'll give it a font weight of bold, and we are going to give it a margin top of 20 pixels. So say margin top and give 20. Hit save, and that's all for the text. So right now we're going to add the button, and to do that, below the text we are going to bring in a touchable opacity component. For a touchable opacity component, we are going to give it a style of btn. So say style dot btn, and now we are going to style the button. So right here we'll say btn. So for the btn style, we give it a height of 50 pixels. We give it a width of 150 pixels. A background color of white. So say background color, I'll say colors dot white. Hit save. So now we have the button. So the next step, I'm going to give it a border radius of 10 pixels and a justify content of center and align items of center. So this is going to center the text inside the button. Then lastly, we are going to give it a margin top of 40 pixels. So this is going to push it 40 pixels away from the text. Over here, say margin top and give 40. Hit save. So now we're going to add the text inside the button, and to do that, we're going to add a text component over here. We'll say text and give it a text of start. Then for the text, we're going to style it. So we are going to give it a color of black. So say color, I'll say colors dot black. Then we'll give it a font weight of bold. Hit save. So right now we have the button. Over here, I'm going to give it an active opacity of 0.7. So I want to reduce the opacity. And right now I want to be able to navigate to the home screen once we click on the button. So to do that, over here we'll add an onPress props. Then we'll use the navigation props, and we are going to call the method navigate, and we want to navigate to the home screen. So that is the home route over here. I'm going to get the name, then I'm going to paste it right here. So right now, if you click on this button, this should take us to the home screen, and now we're at the home screen. So that'll be all for the onboarding screen. Actually, this should be replaced, not navigate. So we don't want to go back after we navigate to the home screen. So by changing this to replace, we won't be able to come back to this screen once we navigate. So right now, if I click start, take us to the home screen, and if I try to swipe back to the onboarding screen, we'll not be able to do that. So that's all for the onboarding screen. Now we are going to start working on the home screen. As you can see over here, for the home screen, we have a bottom navigation. So we are going to make use of the bottom navigation for this home screen. And to do that, inside the app.js, instead of taking us to the home screen component direct, we want to take us to the bottom navigation component. To do that, to say bottom navigator. So this is going to take us to the bottom navigator component instead of the home screen. And the bottom navigator component is going to hold the home screens and also these tabs over here. So I'm going to hit save, and right now I'm going to start working on the bottom navigator component. For the bottom navigator component, we are returning null over here, so we are going to change that to a tab navigator. So this tab navigator is actually going to display this screen. So over here, to do that, we are going to make use of this tab object. So we'll say tab dot navigator, and inside the tab navigator we are going to add the tab screen. So each of these tabs are screen. This is the home screen. If you click on this home screen, this is the notification screen, which is still going to navigate us to the home screen because we are not building any notification screen. This is the favorite screen, which is going to navigate us to the home screen, and this is the profile screen. Now we are going to add the home screen. So to do that, we'll say tab dot screen, and for the tab screen, we are going to give this a name of home. Then we are going to actually add the component for this home screen. So say component, and the component is going to be the home screen itself. So say home screen. So this is home screen component over here. So now if I click on this start button, It's going to navigate us to the home screen, and also we are going to have this bottom navigator over here. By default, we have this header over here. We don't want that because we are going to create our own header, so we are going to get rid of it. And to do that, over here we are going to bring in the screen option props. So say screen options, we'll pass in the object, and over here we'll say header shown, we'll set it to false. So this is going to get rid of the header. So now we've gotten rid of the header. Now we are going to style the navigator itself, that is this bottom navigator. And to do that, we are going to create a component for the bottom navigator. So by default, the React navigation actually provides us a bottom navigator, but it's not that flexible in terms of customization. So we're going to create our own separate component, which we are going to be able to customize it the way we like. And to do that, over here we are going to bring in a tabs props. So say tab bar, and this tab bar is going to take in the custom component we want to customize. And over here, to do that, we'll bring in a function, and we are going to pass in the component which we are going to create soon. So the component is going to be called my tab bar. So say my tab bar, and for this component we are going to bring in the props. Then we are going to pass the props to the component we are going to create. And to do that, we are going to spread the props. Hit save. So it's going to throw an error because we've not created this component. Now we are going to create the component, and over here we'll create a function. We'll call it my tab bar. This function is going to return a view, and also we are going to take in some props. So we are going to take the state of the screens, we'll take in the descriptor, and also we are going to take in the navigation. So we are going to make use of each of these props which you are getting from here. For the state, we are going to use it to determine the screen that is active, while for the descriptor we are going to use it to get the name of the screen, and for the navigation we are going to make use of it to navigate to other tabs or other screens. So firstly, we are going to style the tab itself, that is this view, and for this tab we're going to give it a flex direction of row. So say flex direction, we'll say row, we give it a padding of 20 pixels, a background color of white, so say colors.white. Then we are going to give it a border top width of 3 pixels. So say border top width, we give 0.3 pixels. So we have the border over here. Then for the border color, we give it colors.gray. Then align items off center, and a justify content or space between. So align items, say center, justify content or space between. And that's all for this view. So this view is going to hold all these icons over here. And now we are going to start adding this icon. So to do that, inside the state props, there is an array called route. So this holds the individual tabs. So we are going to map through the tabs, and through there we are going to add each icon for each tabs. So over here we'll say state.route.map. So we are going to bring in the route, and also we'll bring in the index. Over here we are going to bring an object called option. So say options, and we are going to put the object from the descriptor. So to do that, let me bring in the descriptor over here. Then we'll pass in the route.key, which is going to return these options. These options holds the information of each route. So if you're wondering how I get to know all of this stuff, is actually in the documentation. So let me try to bring it up. Just React navigation. We'll go to navigators. Then for the bottom tab navigator, if we go down, so as you can see, if you want to create your own custom component, you can just copy this and customize it. So all the things I'm talking about are actually here. So if you're a bit confused, you can check this over here. So after we bring in the option, we are going to create a variable called isFocused, and we'll use this variable to check if the tab is focused. So say focused, which is going to be state.index equals to index. So if the state.index is equals to the index over here, that means the current tab is focused. Then also we are going to bring in the tab icon. So say const, and we'll say tab bar icon is equals to options.tab bar icon. This is going to be icon we are going to pass in the tab screen over here. So now we are going to add the tab bar icon itself. To do that, over here we are going to return a touchable opacity component. Then inside the touchable opacity component, we are going to bring in the tab bar icon. So say tab bar icon. So now we are going to add an icon to this home screen, and to do that we are going to bring in the option props. Then over here we'll bring in the tab icon props. So say tab bar icon. So for the tab bar icon, we are going to bring in the icon component from vector icon, and we are going to give it a name of home. So say name, give it an icon of home. But actually, as you can see over here, this icon, if it's active, is going to have this field icon, else it's going to have this outline icon. And to check if the tab is active, we are going to bring the props called focused, and also we are going to bring the props called color and size. Then for that, over here we'll say focused, that is mean the tab is active. We are going to pass in an icon of home, else we are going to pass in an icon of home dash outline. And also for the icon, we are going to give it a color. Then we'll get it from this color props. Then we'll pass in a size, and we'll get it from this size. Hit save. So now we have the home icon. So the home icon is very small right now. That is because we've not given it a size. And to do that, over here for the icon component, we'll pass in a size. We'll give it a size of 30 pixels. We'll give it a color. And for the color, if the tab is active, we'll give it a black color, else we'll give it a gray color. We are going to make use of the isFocus variable to check if this tab is active. If it's active, we'll say colors dot black, else we'll say colors dot gray. Then right here, we are going to bring in the focus props and pass in the isFocus variable. So now we have the field icon over here. That is because the home screen is actually focused. So now we are going to add the rest of the tabs, and we are going to change the icon to the corresponding icons over here. And to do that, over here I'm going to duplicate this 3 times. For the second screen, we change the name to notification screen. We're still going to leave the component to home screen. Then we are going to change the icon to bell and bell dash outline. Then the third screen is going to be favorite screen. We'll change this to heart, and we'll change this to heart dash outline. This should be the third screen. Then for the last screen is going to be profile screen. We'll change this to account, and we'll change this to account dash outline. So hit save. As you can see, we have the icon. So now we are going to continue styling the icon itself. Over here we are going to style touchable opacity component. We'll give it a flex of 1. We'll give it a justify content of center and align items of center. So now we have the icon spaced. The next step, we are going to add this indicator above the icon. So once the tab is active, this indicator is going to show up. And to do that, over here we are going to add a view. We are going to style this view. For the view, we are going to give it a height of 6 pixels. We'll give it a width of 30 pixels, a position of absolute. So now we are going to position the view. Before we do that, we are going to change the color. Give it the color of black. So say colors dot black. So now we have the view over here. So we are going to position it to the top of the bar. And to do that, we'll say top. We give minus 20 pixels. Hit save. Then now we're going to give it a border radius. So say border bottom radius, left radius. We give it 6 pixels. I'm going to duplicate this. Then I'll change this to right for the right part. Hit save. So now we have the indicator with this border radius. Now we want this indicator to only show if the tab is active, like it is over here. And to do that, we're going to make use of the isFocus variable to check if it's active. We're going to render this view. So paste it over here, and now this should show up for the active tab. So now we are going to add an unpressed. So once we click on this icon, it's going to navigate us to the tab we want to go to. Over here we'll say unpressed. I'll make use of the navigation props we brought in. We'll say dot navigate, and to navigate to the tab we click on, we are going to make use of the route props. We'll say dot name. So this is going to provide the name of the screen, and once we click on it, it's going to take us to that tab. So now if I click on this, so this should take us to the notification screen. So as you can see, we have the notification screen. So we have the notification icon field, and also we have this indicator. And also for this favor, if I click on it, it's going to fill the icon, and also for this profile, it's going to fill the icon, and also it's going to show us this indicator. And that'll be all for the customization of the tab bar. So now we are going to start working on the home screen itself. For the home screen, I'm going to open the home screen component, and I'm going to start working on it. So over here for the home screen component, we have this header over here, and we have this tag which holds this Ethereum icon, and also the available Ethereum we have, and also we have this profile image. So I'm going to start working on this header. So for the home screen, before we start working on the header, we are going to bring in the status bar. So I want to make some changes to the status bar. So we'll give it the bar style of dark content, and some of these changes is for the Android. After I finish all the UI, I'm going to run the Android and make sure it works perfectly on the Android also. So over here, I'm going to give it a background color of white. So say colors dot white. That'll be all for the status bar. Now let's start working on the header. And for the header, we are going to add a view. So bring in a view, and for the view, we are going to give it a style of header. Or say style. I'll say style dot header. Over here, we are going to add the header style. So let's create the style sheet. Or say const. I'll say style. Say style sheet dot create. Now we are going to bring in the header. So for the header style, we give it a padding of 20 pixels. We give it a flex direction of row, a justify content or space between, and align items off center. So say justify content or space between, align items of center. And that'll be all for the header style. So before continue, let's style the safe area view itself. For the safe area view, we are going to give it a flex of 1. The flex, we give it 1. Then we give it a background color of white. So colors dot white. And that's all for the safe area view. So now we're going to start adding the element inside the header. That is this tag, and also this profile image inside the header. So first we are going to add the tag inside the header. For the tag, we are going to add a view. So this view is going to hold this Ethereum image and also the amount of the Ethereum. And to do that, over here we'll say view. So for this view, we are going to give it a style of price tag. So say style. I'll say style dot price tag. So I'm going to get the style and I'm going to style it. For this price tag style, we're going to give it a height of 25 pixels, a width of 70 pixels, a background color of violet. So say background. I'll say colors dot violet. So this is the tag over here. Now we are going to add some border radius to it. So say border radius, we'll give 20 pixels. We'll give it a flex direction of row, align items of center, and padding horizontal of 5 pixels. So say align items center and give padding horizontal of 5 pixels. And that'll be all for this price tag style. So now we are going to add the Ethereum image, and also we are going to add the amount of the Ethereum. So over here, we'll add an image component which is going to hold the Ethereum image, and let's import the image component. Then for the image component, let's give it a source that will point to the Ethereum image. So say require, navigate back to the asset folder, and we'll get the eth.png. Hit save. So now we have the image. Now we are going to style the image, and over here we'll say style. We'll give the image a height of 20 pixels, a width of 20 pixels also. Then we'll give it a border radius of 20 pixels also. So this is going to give it a round shape. Hit save. So now we have the Ethereum image. Next step, I'm going to add the text component for the amount of the Ethereum. So bring in the text component and give the text of 22.6. Then let's import the text component. So over here we'll give it a style, we'll give it a font weight of bold. So say font weight, give bold, a color of white. So say color and colors dot white. Then we are going to give the margin left of 2 pixels and a font size of 12 pixels. So say margin left 2, font size 12. Hit save, and that'll be all for this price tag. Now we are going to add the profile image over here. So to add the profile image below the price tag over here, we are going to bring in an image component, and we are going to get the profile image, and profile image is called person.jpg. So we have the profile image. Now we are going to style the image component. Then for the style, we give it a height of 40 pixels, a width of 40 pixels also, and a border radius of 40 pixels also. Just a border radius, give 40 pixels. Hit save, and that'll be all for the profile image and the price tag. So now we are going to add this text of top NFT. Then after that we will add the card that will list the NFTs. So to do that, we are going to add a text component and give it a style of title. Then we'll add the text. But before we do that, we are going to add a scroll view component, so we'll be able to scroll the element in case they overflow. Inside the scroll view, we'll bring a text component for the text, and for the scroll view we want to hide the scroll indicator. So we'll say show vertical scroll indicator, we'll set it to false. So now for the text, we are going to give it a text of top NFTs, and now we are going to give it a style of title. So we'll say style dot title. So for this title style, you are going to give it a margin horizontal of 20 pixels. So we want the margin from the left to right. Actually this scroll view should be outside the header, not inside the header. So I'll bring it outside the header, paste it over here, and we should have the text below the header. Over here for the title, we give the margin vertical of 20 pixels. Let's just make the margin 20 pixels, so margin of 20 pixels for every side. Then we'll give it a font weight of bold, a background color of black. So the colors dot black. So you might be wondering why I keep giving this text color of black. Why is black already? So that is because for Android the text by default actually are gray, not black. So let me try and run this on the Android. I'll say npm run Android. So I have the app running an Android emulator over here, and if I click on this start button, it should take us to the home screen. So as you can see, if I remove the color of black, so by default the Android tends to be a gray color, not a black color. So that's why I keep adding the black color, even though the iOS over here is already black. So let me revert it back to black. Hit save. Now I'll give it a font size, we'll say 22, and that'll be all for this text over here. So we are going to start adding the card over here. So as you can see, we have the card showing the NFT image with this favorite icon and also the details of the NFT. So to do that, we are going to add a flat list component. So this flat list component is going to list the card. So over here we'll bring the flat list component, and for the flat list component we are going to give the data of collection. So say collections. So this is the collection, is an array with objects for each NFT, which is in the const folder. So right here we are going to create the card component, and to do that, outside the home screen component, we'll create a component called card. So say card, and we are going to return a touchable opacity component. So we want to be able to click on the card, which is going to navigate us to the details screen. So that's why we are making use of the touchable opacity component. And for the card, we are going to take in some props, the data props. So this is going to give us the details for the each card, that is the image, the price, and more. Then also we are going to bring in the navigation props. So we are going to make use of these props to navigate to the details screen. Over here for the render props, we are going to bring in the card, and over here we'll bring in the item. I'll say data, we'll pass in the item, Then also we pass in the navigation. So say navigation, pass in navigation. So for the touchable opacity component over here, we give it a style of card. So say style.card. And now we are going to add the style, then we'll start styling it. So for the card style, we are going to give it a height of 300 pixels, a width of 55% of the screen width. And to do that, we'll say width. Then we are going to get the screen width using the dimension API. Over here, I'll say const, I'll say width, and we'll get it from the dimension API. We'll say dot get. I want to get the window width. To get 55% of the screen width, we'll say width multiplied by 0.55. So this is going to give us 55% of the screen width. Then for the card, we give the background color of white. So say colors dot white. And also we are going to give it a margin left of 20 pixels. Then let's give it a shadow and also an elevation. So to do that, we'll say shadow color. We give the color of gray. We give the shadow radius of 10 pixels, a shadow opacity of 0.3, and a shadow offset of height of 10. So it's a shadow offset. We'll say height. We give 10 pixels. Then for Android, we'll just give an elevation of 10. This should be shadow offset, not shadow opacity. So now we have the card. We are going to list the card horizontally. So over here, we'll bring a prop score horizontal. This is going to list the card horizontally. And also for this flat list, we are going to add some content container style. So say content container style. And for the style, we give it a padding right of 20 pixels, then a padding bottom of 20 pixels. So now we have the card. Now we are going to get rid of this scroll bar, and to do that, we'll say show horizontal scroll indicator. We are going to set it to false, and now we've gotten rid of the scroll bar. So let's continue working on the card itself. For the card, we give the border radius of 20 pixels. So say border radius, we give 20 pixels. Then we give border width of 7 pixels. And also we are going to give it this border color of white. So actually we are adding a border to the card. So as you can see, there's a border over here on the card. So we are going to give the border color of white. I'll say colors dot white. Hit save, and I think that'll be all for the card style. So now we are going to add the NFT image to the card. And to do that, inside the touchable opacity component, we'll bring in an image component. For the image component, we are going to give it a source, and we'll say data dot image. So we get the image from these data props. Hit save, and now we should have the NFT image. Then we are going to style the image component itself. So for the image component, we give the height of 100%, a width of 100%. Then we'll give it a border radius of 20 pixels. So say border radius, give it 20 pixels. And that'll be all for the card style. So now we are going to add this icon to the card. That is this favorite icon over here. So to do that, over here we'll bring in the icon component, and we're going to give it a name of heart-outline. And also we have to style the icon itself. So let's give it a size of 28 pixels. Then we'll give it a color of white. So say color, and say colors dot white. Then over here we are going to style the icon. So let me bring in the style props. For the style, we give the position of absolute. We'll give it a z index of 1. Then we are going to give it a right of 10. So I want to position it 10 pixels from the right, and also a top of 20 pixels. Hit save, and right now we have the icon over here. So the next step, we're going to add this details container over here, Then we'll add the price and also add this button of buy now. Below the image component, we'll add a view, and we are going to give it a style of card details container. So say style, and say style dot card details con. So I'm going to get this style and I'm going to start styling it. So for the card details con, we give it a height of 70 pixels, a width of 100%. Then we give it a position of absolute, position absolute, and we are going to give it a background color. This is going to be an RGBA color. So we want to modify the opacity of the color. So say RGBA is going to be a black color with an opacity of 0.4. So say 0.4. So we have the view over here. Now I'm going to position it to the bottom, and to do that we give it a bottom of 0, and now we have it at the bottom. So the next step, I'm going to add some border radius to it, so it's going to fit this curve shape over here. And to do that, we border bottom left radius, we'll give it 20 pixels. I'm going to duplicate this, I'll change this to right, and now we have the radius at the both side. So we are going to give it a flex of row. So say flex direction, we'll give it row, give it align items of center, then a justify content or space between. And I think that'll be all for this card details container style. So now we are going to add this Ethereum image and also the price of the NFT. So to do that, we are going to add a view. So this view is going to hold the Ethereum image and the price. So over here we'll add a view, and for this view we are going to give it a style. We'll give it a flex direction of row and align items of center. Then inside the view we are going to add an image component for the Ethereum image. So say source require. So now we have the image and we are going to style it. So give it a style. For the style we are going to give it a height of 25 pixels, a width of 25 pixels also, then a border radius of 25 pixels. And also we are going to add the text component for the price. So we give it a style, we give it a margin left of 2 pixels, a font size of 12 pixels. So it's a font size, give it 12 pixels, then a font weight of bold and a color of white. So say colors dot white. Then over here we are going to bring in the price. So say data dot price, and now we should have the price. So over here we have the price. So actually I think we forgot to add a padding to this card details container. Over here we'll give the horizontal padding of 20 pixels. So now we have a padding for the container. So the next step, we're going to add the buy now button, that is this button over here. And to do that, outside the view that is holding the Ethereum image and the price, we are going to add a view. So for this view we are going to give it a style of card BTN. For the card BTN style, we are going to give it a width of 70 pixels, a height of 30 pixels, a background color of violet. So say colors dot violet. Then we are going to give it a justify content of center and align items of center. So this is going to center the item inside the button both vertically and horizontally. Then we'll give it a border radius of 8 pixels. So inside the button we'll add a text component. I'll say buy now, and for the text component we are going to give it a color of white. So say style, I'll say color, say colors dot white. Then we'll give it a font size of 10 pixels and a font width of bold. Hit save, and that'll be all for the buy now button. We are going to add the carousel effect to this card. So right now we don't have that effect, and to do that, inside the flat list we are going to add some props to it. The props we are going to add is snap to interval, which are going to give it a value of width multiplied by 0.55. Then for deceleration rate we are going to give it fast. Hit save, and now if I swipe the card, as you can see we have that carousel effect. Now we are going to reduce the opacity for the touchable opacity component. So we'll say active opacity and we'll set it to 0.7. And now we have the active opacity reduced. So that'll be all for the card. Now next step, we are going to start adding this trending collection card. But before we do that, we are going to add this trending collection text over here. I'm going to get this text component, then I'll paste it over here, and I'll change the text to trending collections. So now we have the trending collection text. The next step, we're going to create the trending collection card, and we're going to also list it. So I'm going to take this flat list, I'll paste it over here. Then I'm going to get rid of this deceleration rate and snap to interval, so we don't want a carousel effect for the trending collection card. For here, I'm going to change it to trending card, which we are going to create right now. So I hit save. So over here, I'm going to create the trending card component. So I'll say const, I'll say trending card, and I'm going to return a view. So now we're going to start working on the trending card. So I'm going to give this view a style of trending card. Say style dot trending card. So I'll get the style, then we'll style it. So for the trending card style, we'll give the height of 150 pixels, a width of 180 pixels, then we'll give the background color of white. So say colors dot white. Then we are going to give the margin left of 20 pixels, a border radius of 20 pixels, and let's add the shadow to it. So I'm just going to copy the shadow from this card. I'll copy the shadow, I'll paste it over here. Then we are going to change some values for the shadow. Hit save. We'll change this to 0.2, and I think that'll be all for the shadow. I'm going to change this border radius to 10 pixels, and I think that'll be all for this trending card style. Now we are going to start adding the element inside the card. We are going to first add the NFT image, then we'll add the creator image, and also we add the creator name. Inside the trending card component, we are going to bring an image component. So we are going to bring in the data, and over here we'll give it a source of the image. So say data dot image, hit save. So now we have the NFT image inside the card. We are going to style the image component. For the image component, give the height of 80 pixels, a width of 100 pixels. Then we are going to give it a border top left radius of 10 pixels. So border top left radius, we give 10 pixels. Then I'm going to duplicate this, and I'll change this to right. So say right, and I think that'll be all for the NFT image. So now we are going to add the creator image itself, and to do that, we are going to add a view. So this view is going to hold the creator image and also the creator name. So over here, we'll add a view. For this view, I'm going to give it a style. Then we'll give it a height of 70 pixels, a width of 100 pixels, and align items of center. So say align items, give it center. So now inside this view, we are going to add the image component for the creator image. We are going to give it a source. Then we'll say data dot creator image. So this is going to return the creator image. Hit save, and now we have the creator's image. So now we are going to style the image. We'll give it a style, and for this we are going to give it a style dot creator image. So I'm going to get the style, then we'll style it. So for the creator image style, we are going to give it a height of 45 pixels, a width of 45 pixels also, a border radius of 45 pixels. So we want it to have a round shape, and a border width of 3 pixels. Then also we want a border color of white. Say colors dot white. Hit save. So now we have the creator image. Next step, we're going to push the creator image to the top. So we want it to be over the NFT image. And to do that, we are going to say top, then give it a value of -20 pixels. So this is going to push the image -20 pixels to the top. Now that is all for the creator image. Next step, we are going to add the creator name. And to do that, below the creator image, we are going to add a view. So this view is going to hold the name of the creator and also this check icon over here. So over here we'll add the view. So we'll say style and give the view a style of top of -20 pixels, a width of 100%, and align items of center. So say align items and give it center. So now we're going to add the text for the creator name. And to bring in the creator name, we'll say data.creator. So we have the creator name now. Now we are going to style the text component itself. So we are going to give it a font weight of bold, a color of black. So say color, and say colors.black. And give it a margin right of 2 pixels. Hit save. So we have the creator name. Now we are going to add the icon. And for this icon, we are going to give it a name of check decagram. So this should be a direction of row. We'll change this to flex direction of row. And also we are going to get rid of this width. So we have the name and the icon aligned properly. Now we are going to give this a color of violet. So say color, and say colors.violet. Hit save. So now we have the name and also this check icon. And that'll be all for the home screen. So now we are going to start working on the details screen. But before I start working on the details screen, we are going to add the navigation props to this touchable opacity component for the card. So once we click on it, it's going to navigate us to the details screen. So say on press and bring in the navigation props dot navigate. And want to go to details screen, and also we are going to pass in the data while navigating. So I want to be able to access details of the NFT in the details screen. So now if I hit save and I click on this should take us to the details screen. And now we are at the details screen. So we are going to start working on the details screen. Let me open the details screen component. So for details screen, we are going to start the safe area view. We'll give it a flex of 1. Then we'll give it a background color of white. Then inside the safe area view, we are going to bring a status bar. And for the status bar, we are going to give it a background color of transparent. Then we'll give it a bar style of light. And we'll bring in the translucent props. Now we are going to add the image for the NFT. So this image over here, and we are going to make use of the image background component. So why we are making use of the image background, because we want to be able to put the header inside the component. So now we are going to give it the image. So say const data, and we'll get it from the route object. Then we'll say dot params. And for the image to show up, we have to style the image background component. So over here, we are going to give it a style. We'll say style.header image. So for the header image style, we are going to give the position of absolute, a height of 400 pixels, a width of 100%. So now we have the image. Next step, we are going to give it a border radius. So we're able to have this curve shape over here and also an overflow of hidden. So let's first give it an overflow of hidden. Then we are going to give it a bottom left radius. So say border bottom left radius, and we give it 60 pixels. This should be right, not left. So now we have the curve shape at the end of the image. So now we are going to add the header inside the image. That is the header holding these both icons. And to do that, inside the image background component, we are going to add a view. For this view, we are going to give it a style of header. So say style dot header. We'll bring in the header style, and for the header style, we give it a padding of 20 pixels, a flex direction of row, align items off center, then a margin top of 30 pixels and a justified content or space between. So a margin top, give 30 pixels and a justified content of space between. Hit save, and that's all for this style. So now we are going to start adding the element inside the header. That is the boat icon inside the header. So over here, I'm going to bring in the icon component. I'll give it a name of chevron dash left. So we are going to give it a size of 30 pixels and also a color of white. So say colors dot white, and want to be able to navigate back to the home screen once we click on this icon over here. So to do that, we are going to add the on press, and we'll say navigation dot go back. So if we click on this icon, it should take us back to the home screen. So now I'm going to duplicate this for the right icon, and we are going to change this to dot dash vertical. Then also I'm going to get rid of this on press and hit save. So that's all for the header. Now we are going to start adding this. That is the creator image, the name, and this icon over here. So to do that, below the image background component, we are going to add a view. This view is going to hold the creator image, name, the favorite icon, and also this description. So over here, we are going to give the view a style of details con for container. So say style, say style dot details con. For details container, we are going to give the position of absolute. Then we are going to give it a width of 100%, a z index of 1, and also a top of 400 pixels, then a padding of 20 pixels. So now we are going to start adding the details inside the container. So for the details, we are going to add a view. So this view is going to hold this image and also the name of the creator. So over here, we'll add a view, say view, and we are going to give it a style. We'll give it a flex direction of row, align items off center, and that's all for this view. So now we're going to add the creator image, and to do that, to bring in an image component. So let's import the component. For the image component, we'll give it a source, and we'll say data dash creator image. So now we have the creator image. Now we are going to style it. So we'll give it a height of 40 pixels, a width of 40 pixels also. Then we are going to give the border radius of 40 pixels also. So this is going to give the curve shape. Then we are going to add the text component for the creator's name. So over here we'll say data dot creator, and let's import the text component. So now we are going to style this text component, and for this style we are going to give it a color of black. Then also we give it a margin left of 10 pixels, and that's all for this image and this creator name. So now we are going to add this view, which is holding this favorite icon and also the number of likes. So to do that, outside this view that is holding the creator image and the name, we are going to add a view. But before we do that, we forgot to add a view. So this view was supposed to hold everything over here. So we're supposed to hold both the creator image, the name, and also this icon container over here. So I'm going to take everything over here, then paste it inside this view. Then we are going to style the view. So we give it a flex direction of row. Then we are going to give it a justified content or space between. We give it align items of center. So say align items, and we'll give it center. So that's all for this view. Now let's go back to the icon container. So we are going to give it a style of icon container. Say style dot icon con. So I'm going to get this style and I'm going to style it. And for the icon container style, we are going to give it a height of 30 pixels, a width of 60 pixels. Then we'll give it a background color of violet. So say colors.violet. Also, we are going to give it a border radius of 8 pixels, a flex direction of row, align items of center, and a padding horizontal of 10 pixels. Just align items, center, then padding horizontal of 10 pixels. Hit save. So now we are going to add the icon inside the view. So over here, we'll bring in an icon component. For the icon component, we're going to give it a name of heart-outline, a size of 18 pixels, and a color of white. So say size, give it 18 pixels, then we'll give it a color of white. So say colors.white. So now we are going to add the total amount of likes, and to do that, we're going to bring in the text component. We'll give it a likes of 33. Then we are going to style this text component. So we are going to give it a color of white. So say colors.white. We'll give it a font size of 12 pixels, a font width of bold, and also a margin left of 2 pixels. So say margin left. We'll give it 2 pixels. And that'll be all for this icon container. So now we are going to add the details itself. But before we do that, we have to add this description title, then we'll add these details. So over here, we're going to add a text component. We'll give it a text of description. We are going to give it a style. We'll give it a font size of 22 pixels, a margin vertical of 20 pixels, a color of black. Then we are going to give it a font width of bold. So say font width, and we'll give it bold. Hit save. And that's all for the description. So now we are going to add the text itself. So I'm going to add a text component also. Then I'm going to get the text. We'll paste it over here. Then we are going to style this text component. So for this style, we'll give it a color of black. The colors.black. And also we are going to give it a line height of 30 pixels. Line height, give it 30 pixels. Hit save. And that'll be all for this text. So now I'm going to start adding this price and also this buy now button. So to do that, below this view, we're going to add a view called footer. So the footer is going to hold the price and also the button. So say style, on the style.footer. So for the footer style, we're going to give it a width of 100%, a background color of white, say colors.white, a position of absolute. I'm going to position it at the bottom. So say bottom, we'll give it 0. Then we'll give it a padding of 20 pixels, a padding bottom of 30 pixels, a flex direction of row, align items of center, and lastly a justify content or space between. So that's all for the footer style. So now we are going to start adding elements inside the footer. So the first element we are going to add is a view. So this view is going to hold this Ethereum image and also the amount of the NFT. Over here, I'll add a view, and for this view, we are going to give it a style. We'll give it a flex direction of row, then an align items of center. So say align items, give center. Then now we are going to add the Ethereum image. So bring an image component. So now we have the Ethereum image. Now we are going to style the image. So say style. We give it a height of 30 pixels, a width of 30 pixels also, then a border radius of 30 pixels. Hit save. So we have the image over here. Now we are going to add the price of the NFT. So bring a text component. Then over here, we are going to bring the price. We say data.price. Then we'll style the text component. So for the style, we'll give it a margin left of 5 pixels, a color of black, say colors.black. Then we'll give it a font width of bold. And that'll be all for the price. So now we are going to start adding the button, the buy now button. So outside the view holding the Ethereum image and the price, we'll add a view and give it a style of BTN. So say style. For the BTN style, we give the background color of violet. Then we are going to give it a height of 40 pixels, a width of 100 pixels, a border radius of 10 pixels, align items of center and justify content of center. Align items, give center, then we'll give it a justify content of center. Hit save. So now we are going to add the Binance text inside the btn. So bring in the text component. I'll say buy now. Then over here we are going to style the text. For the style, we are going to give it a color of white. So say colors dot white. Then we'll give it a font weight of bold and a font size of 12 pixels. Hit save. And I think that's all for the button. So let's see. So we have the NFT image, and also we have this header. We have the creator image, the creator name, the icon container, and this icon. Then we have the description over here, then the description itself, the price, and the buy now button. And once I click on this icon, it's going to take us back to the home screen. And also let's bring up the Android emulator. So if I click on this, it's going to take us to the home screen. So we have the cards, the trending collection card, and also we have the detail screen. So I think we are having issue for the status bar for Android. So let's try and fix that now. So I think we misspelled this transparent. We spelled it transparent instead of transparent. Hit save, and let's go back to the Android emulator. So now we've gotten rid of the error, and we have the NFT image, and also we have the details, and everything is looking okay. So I think that'll be all for the video. If you find it helpful, please like and share, and also if not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, turn on post notifications so I get notified the next time I upload a new video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.